Shelina, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Now, you run a company called Declutter Me. It was the first licensed organising company in the Middle East. Who or what do you declutter?
I mostly declutter people in their homes, so I can come and help you and your wife out.
Please.
We get rid of all the clutter in, so if you have a lot of clutter in your wardrobe or in your lounge or the desk because of, staying at home,
Yeah.
I come in, work with you to get rid of all the clutter and then to organize everything into proper systems. So with me, you should be able to find everything in 5 seconds moving forward.
Okay, that's good. And just be honest with me now, Shelina. When you were setting up the camera for our interview this evening, did you have a little shufti round the apartment just to make sure that there wasn't anything there that shouldn't be there, just to make sure everything was nice and tidy?
No, everything is always organized and tidy here.
Oh,
the only
come
thing
on.
that's a mess is the cat's toys. Of course. I'm an organizer. I have to live the life.
That's it. Okay, all right. I'll go along with it. What's the weirdest thing that you've decluttered then?
There's been so many. For me, it doesn't seem so weird now. Like I've decluttered a lot of Cartier boxes, which was in a moving box. There were about 50 Cartier boxes. I had to open all of them and check that there was nothing inside. I've done weird things like clothes, lots of bags, nice bags. I've decluttered them for clients. So yeah.
Do people tend to kind of call you when things have got a little bit out of hand and things are maybe getting towards the sort of extreme end of clutter? I guess you're pretty unshockable now, but when you started doing this, did you walk in to some places and go, OMG, what is going on here?
Yeah, when I started, I remember my first client had two kitchens, and I wasn't used to the whole having a nice kitchen and having a dirty kitchen. Now it's normal for me. But to deal with that and 2 lots of stuff and the dirty kitchen having a lot of food and old saucepans and stuff like that, it was very weird for me. But there's a lot of cultural things here that are unusual that you wouldn't expect, but there is.
Now, during the lockdown, businesses all across the country found that they had to adapt to the new conditions. What did you do? Because you weren't able to go into people's homes.
Yeah, I started doing virtual sessions with clients. So that was great. I was able to go even globally. So I helped somebody in America and in the UK and here as well. So it was great. You get to help them and get to a wider reach of audience as well. So that was good.
That's interesting, actually. I mean, and we actually are hearing that quite a lot on this show from people who run businesses, that it actually has created new opportunities for them because they've been forced to kind of look online and look outside of this country. Is that something that you want to do a bit more of, to sort of have an international practice?
It would be good. I mean, I always thought of doing more in the UK as well, because that's my home country. And in case, I ever do go back. But it's been fascinating to see how other people live and what's in their houses, and to help them. And, in case, God forbid this happens again, then, we have this as a backup.
Yeah.
But I do prefer being physically with the clients and helping them one-to-one. It is easier to do that when you're with the person physically.
Now, what happens in my house, in the Addison house, if we ever have somebody coming in to help us or do any cleaning, for example, we always make sure we clean before that person arrives. Do you find that people do that for you as well?
Yeah, they do. Well, they say they do, and I always say to people, don't do that before I come. Just leave it. So we start from the beginning, like from where they are, and to, just see how much they can change from how it was before and how it is after. And I don't want people to get stressed, because they don't know, even if I explain the process to them before I go to the house, it still doesn't make sense until you're physically there with me one-to-one, decluttering the stuff. So I always say, leave it. Let's just do it together.
Life's getting back to normal now, thank goodness. And you must be getting back on the road and going around to people's homes and starting to help them declutter. Is business kind of picking up now for you?
Yes, it is, thankfully. Much more than I was expecting. And I think it will pick up even more now that people are going back to work and, there are people at home who've got the time not to deal with, their other half and say, like, we can now declutter all the mess they've, created during these few weeks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been great.
Now, I don't want to do you out of any business, but let's say not everybody can obviously hire you to come and help them. So if you were to give us like one top tip to start on the road of decluttering, what would it be?
I always say do a mini declutter. So don't take everything out. Never do that. Just do a small section by section. So if you've got a bookshelf, do one bookshelf for 15, 20 minutes. The same with drawers. So like say your underwear drawer, do that. For 15 minutes, go through it, get rid of the things and do that. And if you do that in a week, you would clear up quite a lot of the room, doing the decluttering. And then you can put the things you want to declutter into a donation bag. And when you go to a bin, you can give them, put them into those donation bins. So never take everything out. Just do it small in small chunks.